So once we go down the stairs, let's see, I lost my train of thoughts. We're gonna want to get out of this place and back to where we were. So let's go ahead and go up this elevator, and hopefully we can find our way back home. And so here we are at the very beginning.
Unfortunately, at this point, we can no longer return to the restore machine, so we're going to have to switch Jolteon out.
Or I could use potions, lovely potions. We have so many of them. So let's go ahead and get that.
Yeah, I suppose you could do that, but also Nuzleaf won't get those Giga Drains back, so...
Oh, well, he has 2. That's good enough for a small Pokemon battle.
Plus for the upcoming admin battle, we probably want Spheal in front anyway.
Yeah.
Too late now, though.
Too late for that, yeah, unfortunately. Tekka, who's that? Oh well, whatever the case. So now we have Lorena, the admin, and so we're gonna have Lorena strut. Lorena,
I have pink hair and I'm useless like everyone else with pink hair.
All right, you got the bass voice going on.
Oh wait. I so have not heard about anyone leaving anywhere. Professor Krane is going to be very busy. Oh, so very busy. So please be a nice boy and don't disturb us!
We're going back to the HQ lab. Stand aside, please.
Going back? Seriously, you are so joking. This so happens to be where you work from now on. After all, we so need you to keep working on your studies. You so are the key to our plan. XD001, the ultimate shadow Pokemon that can never be purified.
Stop that nonsense. Do you really think I would help you to do something that horrible?
Stomps her foot.
Oh, that Naps. He so must have made a boo-boo again. I so have to punish him lots. Little boy, maybe you can convince Professor Krane. You should so tell him to study on our XD001. You see, our plan is to make shadow Pokemon that could never ever be purified.
Which is stupid.
XD001 is only our first prototype. So when we work out the problems, we can make combat units with XD series Pokemon. Wouldn't that be just peachy?
I wonder what XD stands for anyway.
But we so need the professor's cooperation for our plan. So please, sweetie, can you please ask him nicely to help?
Whoa, Michael, don't joke around now.
Thank you. So you will hand over the professor to us nicely.
Whoa, Michael, don't joke around.
Wow, that's kind of stupid. I don't even have the option to just give him up.
Oh, how nasty. You silly boy. You so won't help me with XD001 either. Oh, you'll be sorry now, but you will so understand. A little hurt is so persuasive.
Well, wow, that was kind of disturbing. She seems all sweet, and then she opened her mouth, and I saw these, like, fangs in her mouth, and I'm like, whoa, man, that's just wrong. Anyways, for this battle, this is the first admin battle we actually get to ever have, and so what we plan to do... And so what we plan to do is we originally planned to have Spheal out to take on Beautifly and upcoming Roselia. However, I accidentally didn't switch out. So I'm going to go ahead...
You can still fake out either Beautify or Love the Disc, whichever you don't plan on beating now, so they can't attack. Or Giga Drain
technically
Love
plan
Disc.
on taking out both of them, because super effective on Beautifly and super effective on...
Alright, you're down to 1 Giga Drain, but...
Well, considering there's only 2 more Pokemon or so after this, I'm not particularly concerned. And one of them is Shadow-type Pokemon, so I'm not concerned at all, to be honest. I mean, we have to use our resources, so I'm going to take it easy and just take out that Love Disc. So, she's going to send out Roselia, by the way. Roselia is not our Shadow-type Pokemon. However, it will be a bit of a bother unless you have a good Pokemon to fight it. And currently for us, we don't have that quite yet. So, unfortunately, fake out.
That's sad.
Yeah, even with Giga Drain, it didn't seem to work. Anyways, let's go ahead and have Jolteon use Bites on Roselia. That's probably our best bets at the moment.
Yeah.
And Nuzleaf, go ahead and use
Just use Secret Power, I guess.
Well, I would say Bullet Seed just because it's cooler.
Alright,
go ahead and nom that Roselia, and luckily with one more bite we can take down Roselia after we take out this Love Disc, and we're going to have Delcatty all to ourselves if we really want. And so with Delcatty we'll be going to the usual strategy. However, let's see, he's level 18, so we can fight him without too much
it's
worry.
an admin Pokemon, so I would probably wait until his HP is in the red this time for realsies.
Well, Admin doesn't really make much difference for capturing purposes. The really only capturing differences are the conditions of the Pokemon, being HP and, you know, status conditions, and how high of level they are.
I'll let you keep thinking that.
Well, I'm just pretty sure that
Ouch.
being an admin
Double
doesn't make.
super effective.
Luckily, we still lived, even though we hit 3 times. All right, Jolteon, go ahead and use your Thunder Wave on Delcatty. Nuzleaf,
Secret Power Roselia.
Yeah, what type do you think Secret Power is going to be at this points?
It's probably just going to be normal. It typically is in this game, just always normal.
Yeah, what is it that determines Secret Power anyway? Isn't it like the IVs or something of the Pokemon? It's something along those lines.
Secret Power is determined by the environment you're currently in.
Ah, shoot. That's in Generation 3. I'm pretty sure it changes with
This is
Generation 4.
3.
Yeah. I'm just pointing out that I'm pretty sure it changes with Generation 4.
And Nuzleaf is down.
Yeah, there goes Nuzleaf, unfortunately. Too bad for Nuzleaf. However, we do have 5 more Pokemon on the line willing to risk their
And
necks,
every
whatever.
single one of them has a type advantage, except for Gulpin, although technically Roselia's Poison Point won't work on Gulpin, so...
Yeah, so let's go ahead and probably...
I would say Baltoy. Baltoy would be able to get stabbed with Psybeam.
Yeah, although, I mean, Roselia is just about down anyway.
Yeah, you have a point, but then...
Yeah, so whatever the case, I'm going to go ahead and use Bite on Delcatty, and then Baltoy, go ahead and use your Psybeam on Roselia. Super uber killed Roselia that way. Let's just hope Bite gets a decent amount, no critical hit in our house. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough. In fact, it almost got to a good place. But, let's see, Giga Drain and Baltoy was a terrible idea. I blame you.
I did not expect Roselia to have a move like Giga Drain, though.
Yeah.
I would have expected something more along the lines of, like, Mega Drain.
Alright, let's go ahead and use Houndour, because Houndour is a speed-type Pokemon, almost, not quite. But he does have a good amount of speed going for him. Luckily, Delcatty flinched. Let's go ahead and use another Bite on Delcatty.
Ooh, that might be a little risky, seeing as that took out half of Delcatty's HP last time.
Well, half is at the yellow point, so luckily we must be a little bit behind half, unless we get critical hit.
I told you not to do it.
Well, critical hit, you can't really tell with that one. But whatever the case, that is unfortunate, but we do have the fortunate situation that of Mirror B. Mirror B, we can explain this now, is a guy from the previous game, but in this game you have random encounters with him, and whenever you fight him, he has Shadow Pokemon that you previously did not catch. So, unfortunately, we'll have to go with that on later dates. That's our first Shadow Pokemon miss, so not too worried, and it was off of critical hit, so it wasn't exactly due to poor strategizing for the most part.
Well, seeing as it took out nearly half of the HP last time, that was an extremely, extremely risky move, so...
Whatever the case. Lorvina.
Oh, I so hate to say this. Little boy, I can't beat you right now. Master Greevil will be cross with me, but that's okay. I'll let you owe me one. I'll let you okay?
That doesn't make too much sense.
I don't understand.
I'll let you owe me this one time? That doesn't make sense.
But you have to promise you will think about my plan next time.
I don't
If you see XD001, I'm sure you will want to help me. I'll so be waiting for you.
Okay. I'm not sure exactly.
Lavrina!
I'm not okay. I'm very confused with her, and every single way. Anyways, whatever the case, so Krane is now saved, and we can now escape this time with absolutely no problem. We've got the data ROM. Let's take a little check. Oh, data ROM. Why did they drop this, by the way? I don't think that's a very wise strategy on their part. Let's take a little bit of a check before we leave. All the shadow Pokemon we had. We got Delcatty. Well, we actually didn't, but we saw her. Delcatty. Shroomish, we caught him. Carvana. We got Carvana, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
We got Numel.
We got all the shadow Pokemon except for Delcatty, so...
Yep. Which is unfortunate, but oh well. So, Krane is thanking us, and we got back to the lab, which is very nice for us, and because that way we don't have to walk all the way back here.
And even nicer for me, if you look to the right side of the screen, the Purify machine is ready.
Yeah, and so currently I'm skipping his text just because we're, you know, running on a large time scale, even though it's a 2-part episode. And so, it's just stuff we already know. He's just talking about Shadow Pokemon, Cipher being back, they want to take over the world with Shadow Pokemon, basic villain stuff. I'm waiting until we get to the juicy part about the new stuff they will be telling us. So, speaking of which, here we go.
Director, Lily, we did it! The Purify Chamber is finally completed!
Just as we get Professor Krane back. Oh my.
Oh, what fantastic timing. It's finally finished. Lily, thank you. Thank you for pulling everyone together so capably in my absence. Okay, let's not waste any time. Let's all go have a look at the Purify Chamber.
Let's. I don't know why I chose that. So now the Purify Chamber is actually going to be really stinking convenient for us at this point because, you know, not only is it awesome for purifying them, we don't have to go to Relic Stone anymore. However, it does have an added feature. So, Krane.
Take a good look, Michael. This is the Purify Chamber. Michael, your father and I... What? Oh, Crane's not his father. Okay.
What?
I was confused for a second there.
Why would you even think he was his father?
I don't know.
Whatever the case.
Michael, your father and I designed it 5 years ago when we were motivated by the Shadow incident. If evildoers were to create Shadow Pokemon again, we wanted to be able to save them.
Oops.
Michael, your father believed that passionately. To honor your father's wish, I put together our Pokemon HQ lab. Michael, if your father were here, I'm sure that he would be delighted. While I was gone, everyone seems to have rallied around Lily and made things happen. Okay, Michael, we'll have you lead the way. The glorious history of the Purified Chamber will begin with you.
Even though I didn't make it.
But first, if you would be so kind as to briefly explain how the Purified Chamber works.
Certainly. Okay, Michael, listen carefully. The Purify Chamber is a facility in which Shadow Pokemon undergo purification through contact with regular Pokemon. Purification is conducted on what we call a set. This is where a Shadow Pokemon comes into contact with regular Pokemon. In the center of the set, one Shadow Pokemon is placed. Up to 4 regular Pokemon can be placed around the Shadow Pokemon. We have 9 of those sets here. That means you can definitely efficiently purify up to 9 Shadow Pokemon at the same time. There is one thing you need to know, be careful about. Purification won't proceed if you place only a single Pokemon on a set. Purification can only happen if there is at least 1 regular Pokemon on a set with a Shadow Pokemon. The number of regular Pokemon placed with the Shadow Pokemon under capability are key points. First, the number of regular Pokemon. The more regular Pokemon you place with the Shadow Pokemon, the quicker the purification is. Next, the compatibility of the Pokemon. Compatibility depends on the types of the Pokemon involved, as the directions they face. Speaking of which, which they mean super effectiveness. I'll tell you later. By adjusting these factors, you'll definitely see the differences in purification speeds. If you need more details, I'll be happy to explain later, but right now, I'd like you to check the sets. So, the Purified Chamber status is on standby. Standby system status is good. I don't know why I said it like that. Step onto the circle plate and the holographic image of the Pokemon involved in the purification will appear. Well, it would be there if we actually had some Pokemon on the sets. When you're checking the hologram, make sure to zoom to individual sets. At any select set, you can configure things as you see fit. A control panel will appear for you when you pick up the Pokemon you want to place with the controls selected set, position them, and so on. If you bring some sets, Michael, you can place them on the sets. Don't worry, you'll figure it out when you actually try it. We're also around to provide advice when you need it. First, check the hologram, please. So, here we got the hologram, even though, you know, they said step on it, but I really have to go over here, which is the wrong one, actually. My
press
bad.
A while standing in the hologram.
Okay, my derp. My derp. I'm like, they said step onto it. It's not working. Anyway, so we got 9 tempos here. We call this the tempo machine instead of the purify chamber because, you know, I just like to call it a tempo machine. So we got tempo 1, edit. So let's get this going. And so the way you do this is you go
Anyway, you probably could have gone to the PC first because you do need Shadow. Oh, you can access the Pokemon storage.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And so what we want to do is place a Shadow Pokemon first of all. Let's go ahead and get, you know, Spinarak in there. So blah, 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 blah. Get out of here.
Put it in your party.
Set 1.
Oh, that works too.
And so here we got set 1. Put the Shadow Pokemon in the middle of it, place it there, and then you got your first Pokemon set up. Now we want to go ahead and get some Pokemon that are super effective. The way this machine will work is that they said compatibility.
So
compatibility makes it super effective.
Yeah.
We have 4 points of interest on the corners each place. We have Spinarak in the middle, but he doesn't make too much of a difference. So the more Pokemon, the faster it is, plus the compatibility. And by compatibility, like I said, super effectiveness. If you have in fact, none of these are very good matchups. If we have Flaffy,
you have some Pokemon in your party that would work.
Yeah, if we have Flaffy set on Ladybug, it'll be slightly more compatible because that Flaffy's electric type is super effective on flying. And so if you have, say, let's see, who's a double type that would be a good example. If we use Baltoy. If we put Baltoy with Ladybug, it'd be twice as good because that if he was rock type. If we put actually.
It would still work with Baltoy though because Bug is strong against Psychic.
Yeah. So I guess to put better examples, since I have only so many to work with, if you put a fire type Pokemon on a grass ice type, I don't know if those even exist. Well, Abomasnow. If you put it on the grass ice type, it would be twice as good because it'd be 2 times super effectiveness. If you put like a double Pokemon on a double Pokemon that's super matched up, it's so stinking good because it's like 4 even up to 8. Something like that.
And remember, you can put 4 Pokemon inside the set, and you want to place them so that in clockwise order, each one is super effective to the next. So this will be regular effective with Flaffy.
Yep. And so let's go ahead.
I would probably take one of your other Shadow Pokemon since you're really only going to be able to do this with 1 Pokemon, and switch out Flaffy for Baltoy.
Yeah, so...
And place one of your Shadow Pokemon in the place of Baltoy, because you're not going to have enough Pokemon to purify all the Shadow Pokemon in the Purification Chamber just yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I will do what I can. Let's just first use what we have available to us.
I don't think you can use a Shadow Pokemon for this.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get to the set too. However, that was probably a bad idea to do that. So let's go ahead
I'll probably
and switch
just
to
end up
set
arranging
2.
this the way I want off camera, so...
That's a good point. In that case, let's just explain it now. So, we already explained it, got it all good set up, and they purify your Shadow Pokemon over time. And so, basically, over time, you'll just see that meter drop, and as you go throughout your game, you'll get these indicators telling you that, by the way, that's pretty cool. That's what it looks like. No, don't continue. Of your game, they'll just send you notifications that you have completed Purify.
Yeah. Every time you purify a Pokemon, whether it be in your party or in the Purification Chamber, you'll receive an email, so...
Yeah. And so it's pretty convenient, and it's way better than the earlier game, because in the last game, you didn't have any option like this. So, pretty stinking awesome. But speaking of awesome, that has been a long episode to work with. 2-parter, and even the 2 parts are long at this point. They're just going to talk about the data ROM and analyzing it soon, and I'm going to go ahead and skip through this, talking about them using it, blah blah blah. Okay, Joey's following something, didn't pay attention. Okay, Joey's going to do something to be helpful, and as for me, I'm gonna go ahead and be like, yo bro, we're signing out here. Let's go ahead and say Ben J-Ron.
Ben Sensei.
And see you all later.